Jennings had an opportunity to work with us. We formed that partnership a couple of years ago, and she's just been there with us. And so now we finally have arrived, and she's here to celebrate our special day. So thank you so much again. At this time, I'm going to ask our Executive Director, Mr. Marshall, to come up and make some comments. So good morning again and welcome.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Mr. Marshall.
Now, nothing gets any sweeter than that, right? Nothing is sweeter than that. I want to echo Ms. Satterfield's comments this morning. This is a really, really special day in Wesley's history. We have accomplished so many things as a school community, but this ranks right at the top of everything that we've done in recent years. And by the crowd that we have in here, I don't know that we've ever had this many folks in this room. So this is really, really special. Before I get into the meat of my comments, I want to bring one person forward, and I don't see her out here. She told me that she was going to try to fade into the background. Where's Miss Maxwell? Okay, see, she's behind me in the background. Miss Maxwell, stand up. All right. So I've been at Wesley now for 4 years, and I can tell you, since the day I showed up, Ms. Maxwell has been talking to me about an eco project, greening our school, making sure that we had healthier foods, and bringing awareness to what's going on in our environment to the boys and girls that attend Wesley. And when you're in the school business, particularly in school leadership, you've got 1,000 things on your mind all the time. And what you need is a persistent voice. Someone who's always knocking or tapping or telling you, hey, this is important, this is important. Because you know in your heart it is important. I can't think of another thing that's as important as making sure that the young people that go to Wesley understand how critical and how crucial their environment is, or our environment is, to our just being on this planet, right? And it's the small steps that we take every day, the small steps that you take, Wesley, every day to improve our lives here in Atlanta locally, our lives here in our country, and everyone's life around the world. So let's give ourselves a round of applause for that. Now, the other good thing that Ms. Maxwell did for me this morning is she even wrote out what I need to say. So I'm going to read a little bit of the things that she mentioned to me, or wrote for me, that you need to hear so that you know what we're doing, boys and girls, and so the people that are visiting with us this morning know. We're continuing, let me put my glasses on. Here we go. We're continuing to focus on 3 paths to earn the green flag: energy, schoolyard habitat, and consumption of waste. We are beginning to touch on both the healthy schools and water pathways as well. Outside, we have been clearing out the summer garden beds and getting them ready for fall. To kick off the Green Flags celebration this week, and in partnership with World Cleanup Day, on the 21st, we had a community work day, and we've been sprucing up our outdoor classroom space, vegetable garden, and pollinator gardens. Indoors, we have been evaluating what we have learned in our recycling efforts from last year and tweaking the process. We are planning a big rollout and push for our new system when we return from the October break, trying to take advantage of the fresh starts. We are also continuing to promote our last Out Lights Off campaign. That's it? Okay, so when you leave your room, folks, what are you supposed to do? Turn the light off. That's right. Every classroom had a reminder above their light switch, and we've had a great beginning of the school year with tastings as well. Everything from our tomatoes, melons, cucumbers, blackberries, and basil lemonade, and pesto pasta. So I don't know about those of you in the room, but I told Miss Maxwell this story, and I told the gentleman sitting up here to my left from the city of Atlanta. it's important that you know the difference between a vegetable and other kinds of foods. Now I'm gonna embarrass myself a little bit. I can't solely take all responsibility for this. But when I was growing up, I used to live off of Gresham Road, out at 20 East. Are you all familiar with that? No. Yeah, maybe not. Okay, well there's a big mall out there. Hold on. South DeKalb Mall. How many of you know South DeKalb Mall? Okay. So that was the mall that we went to every Sunday after church. Okay? And when you go in the mall, right on the left, there's a Piccadilly. How many of you been to that Piccadilly? Okay, I still go on Wednesdays. I usually meet my dad there for dinner. So when we would go to church, and then we would go to Piccadilly afterwards, my mother would say, hey Jason, I want you to get a vegetable plate. Because I had been eating McDonald's and Long John Silver and Wendy's, you know, always, oh, don't say, oh, you guys eat fast food too. And so, I'm almost finished, y'all, just give me a second. And we would go in there and she'd say, get a vegetable plate. So I go in and of course I get the little Jello. How many of you remember the little Jello they have in Piccadilly? Get the Jello. And then I would get turnip greens or collards, broccoli, and I would always get mac and cheese. Right? Wesley, I'm embarrassed to say, but I know I'm in front of family. I did not realize mac and cheese wasn't a vegetable. Right. Until I was about 40 years old. I'm telling you. So how many of you know that mac and cheese is not a vegetable? How many of you know? Right. Everybody should know that now. Okay. All right. So before I take my seat, I want to acknowledge some other folks that are here with us this morning. I want to acknowledge our friends from the Greenhouse Foundation. Shadonna Alexander, would you please stand and wave your hand there? Thank you. Ms. Alexander has been a supporter of Wesley for many, many years with our garden. She and her brother CeeLo have funded us, supported us, been here all the way, and we're glad that she is with us this morning. The folks from The Mission Continues. Kareem, are you here? Thank you for being here this morning. Dana Rinder, the Director of Education for Trees Atlanta, is here. Michelle Worth with the Georgia Charter Schools Association is here. Lisa Falco, Georgia Charter Schools Association. A friend of mine and board member, Mr. Douglas Raby, is here, the Director of Burbank Science Center. And Mr. Matt Underwood, APS Director of the Office of Innovation. Let's give all these folks a round of applause. I would like you to bear with me for just a moment. I'm going to pass the mic to Mr. Underwood, where he can bring greetings from APS. Thank you.
Y'all are doing well. Yes, as Mr. Marshall said, my name is Matt Underwood. I'm the Executive Director of Innovation at Atlanta Public Schools, and our office helps to support all the charter and partner schools, including Wesley in Atlanta Public Schools. So very happy to be here, and on behalf of the APS Superintendent, Dr. Karstarfin, and the leadership of APS, I want to congratulate you all for this great work that you've done in environmental sustainability to earn the Green Flag Award from the National Wildlife Federation, the first school in APS to receive that recognition. So congratulations to you all. Also wanted to point out, I'm sure many of the adults in the room know, perhaps some of you students do as well, that today is actually a National Climate Action Day around the United States. And you all have taken active steps to reduce your environmental impact here at Wesley, taking action, and just talking about the ways that you can reduce energy consumption and improve the environment. So I commend you for that, and hopefully this will be a great example for other students around APS. So thank you again for inviting me, and congratulations.
Okay, so our next guest is Mario, our Director of Urban Agriculture for the City of Atlanta. He's representing the Mayor's Office. Wow.